Hello, madam. Greetings. Myself, Sumaya Jasmine from Group 3, known also as Tech Rights, and our topic is internet fraud or scam. And I'm going to give an intro about the topic, which internet fraud involves using online services and software with access to the internet to defraud or take advantage of victims. The term internet fraud generally covers cybercrime activity that take places over the internet or an email, including crimes like identity theft, phishing, and other hacking activities designed to scam people out of money. Moreover, internet fraud is a type of cybercrime, fraud, or deception which make us of the internet and could involve hiding of information or providing incorrect information for the purpose of tricking victims out of money, property, and inheritance. Internet fraud is not considered a single distinctive crime but cover a range of illegal and illicit action that are committed in cyberspace. It is, however, differentiated from theft since, in this case, the victim voluntarily and knowledgeably provides the information, money, or property to the perpetrator. It is also distinguished by the way it involves temporarily and specially spreaded offenders. Thank you. That's all for the intro.
Hi madam, my name is Divya Maria. I'll be presenting my group's organization chart. There is 9 members in my team. I will start with project manager, who is Muhammad bin Mokhtar, and the second is assistant project manager, who is Shanmuga, and there is secretary, treasurer, and activity leader. Secretary is Divya Maria, treasurer is Rabiatul Fatiha, activity leader is Danisha, and the activity leader holds up 4 team members, who are Sumaya Jasmine, Nur Fatiha Shazlina, Praveen Nageswaran, and Ton Jun Hen. That's it for organization chart. I will pass it to the next presenter.
Alternate R. All right, can start already, right? Okay, for the Gantt chart for the activity group 3, which is the social media awareness on internet scam, the first phase until the last phase consists of 14 weeks, which is starting from week 3, which is project team forming. Going on is discussion of topics, which using 7 days, research of topic, find stakeholders, and the planning phase, which is 7 days, and the initiation days is also 7 days. Following on is preparing the props, which consists of the posters and the computers that's going to be used for the event. After that is the rehearsal, and after the rehearsal will be the host activity. After the ending of the activity, we'll be reviewing with the stakeholder to see the outcome of the event. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Praveen. And I'm Danisha. I'll be doing the process of auditing explanation. So we have 1 minute. We have 6 deliverables. The first one is cleanliness, and it's always to keep the booth and event venue clean. The criteria of meeting the standard is to ensure a comfortable event vicinity, and the action plan is attendees and hosts, meaning participants and hosts, must use the provided bins to dispose the rubbish and arrange documents and props and whatnot according to label sections, like you segregate everything and make sure they're neat. Second deliverable is punctuality, to be punctual, and it's to ensure all hosts and attendees are on time. Criteria of meeting the standard is to make sure delay doesn't cause inconvenience to any party, especially guests. Action plan is by stipulating an early starting time or apply a first come first serve seating arrangement so people would rush for the front seats. The third deliverable is organization, being organized. It's to be aware of and perform according to respective roles. This is to ensure a smooth transition of activities of the event. So this one, the action plan is by having volunteers as backup in case team members are unable to perform well. The fourth deliverable is accurate information. This is to provide accurate information pre, during, and post-event. This is to educate attendees and avoid falling prey to scams. The action plan is, should I zoom in?
It's okay. It's okay. We can see that.
Okay. Yeah. So the action plan for this is, in case something goes wrong, we can apologize for the inaccuracy and correct the information immediately by referring to sources prepared before the event, meaning you have sources of information prepared before the start of the event, so you can refer to it in case of inaccuracy. The fifth deliverable is SOP, Standard Operating Procedure. This one is follow COVID-19 and event SOPs accordingly. This is to avoid spread of COVID infection and smooth sailing of the event. Attendees will be asked to leave if they fail to adhere to the SOP. This is the action plan. The sixth deliverable is proper dress code. This is so host and attendees dress according to dress code stated. This is to ensure modest dressing and avoid having attendees underdressed. Like you don't want to be wearing t-shirt and flip-flops to an event like this. Wait, can you see my screen?
We can see. We can see.
You can see, right? I
Yep.
think something.
Yes, yes. We can see. Why?
Oh, my screen went blank though. Okay.
We can see.
Anyway, this is to ensure modest dressing and avoid having attendees underdressed, meaning they don't wear flip-flops and t-shirts and jeans, that sort of clothing to the event. It's quite a formal event. The action plan is to seat them in case they don't adhere to the dress code. You can seat them on the sidelines so they do not look like black dots on a white canvas among the crowd. So they don't look awkward among the properly dressed crowd. So that's all from me.
Hi, my name is Fatima. Today I'm going to explain about our objective. So the first objective is to curb the rise of cybercrimes. Next is to spread awareness on the types of internet fraud or scam. The last one is to recognize and comprehend the impact of fraud in the public sector. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurfata Sazina. So I'll be presenting about the stakeholders. The stakeholders that are involved in this project is Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission and Jabatan Perlindungan Data Pribadi, sebenarnya.my, HTTP, and lastly, Cybersecurity Malaysia. That's it. Thank you.
Registrations of participants and then briefing of the activities and then itinerary of the day. We got to have a guest speaking season about internet fraud and scam. Following activities, participants will have identifying scams and fraud based on trivia given by the host. Participants need to identify scams, fraud based on drama performed by professional performer. Identify scams, fraud, or learning about scams and fraud through treasure hunt. It is a group-based treasure hunt. And then prize giving ceremony and followed by closing ceremony.
I'm Praveen Nageswaran here, and I'll be talking about the risk management and risk responses. First of all, the first risk management will be a risk of not attracting participants. So in order to counter that, we need to allocate enough time for marketing. And following, the next one will be risk of COVID. To prevent from attracting COVID, the participant and the host must follow SOP. And also there will be a risk of last minute cancellation. In order to counter that, we also need to have a backup plan. We need to have a venue, number of guests, and also a deposit. Then risk of overcrowd. In order to counter risk of overcrowd, we must limit the size of participants, and there will be also a risk of not getting return. The response for that risk is set the target of participants in order to get the original budgets to cover the event. And finally, there will be risk of poor work performance. So we must be prepared and also do an extra rehearsal before the event. So that is all from me. I'll pass it to the next person. Thank you.
Okay, so to conclude, these are all the necessary steps or planning that we need to be taken to execute a successful activity or project. Here we can see that we have a list of all the elements or information needed in order to make sure the activity is executed well. So in this part, I will explain why these steps are important. So these steps are organization chart, Gantt chart, process audit, and risk management. So for organization chart, this is important so that every member have a role catered to that task for each of the person. So each person have a different task to complete, and when every member do their task, it will become a complete planning to do the activity. This method is very efficient. And next up is a Gantt chart. So Gantt chart is a type of bar chart that illustrates a project schedule relative to the timeline. With this, we can visually see the timeline for each task needed to complete in a given time. This chart is very clear and very helpful in order to plan the timing for each task that needed to be completed. And then we have process audit. Process audit is a process taken to execute an event. So it's all the list of all the details necessary to run an event. So for this, we will use a checkbox note for each list so that we can make sure nothing is missing. And then we have, lastly, we have a risk management. So risk management is all the negative side of the thing that we predict that could possibly happen during the event. For example, it's the COVID-19 virus spread, and the risk of not getting enough participants or overcrowd of participants, and then the risk of not getting return, the risk of poor work performance, and a few more. So all of these are important to mention so that we can be ahead of ourselves. We can take the right precautions so this thing doesn't happen. So I hope with all these steps that have been taken, we can run a successful and knowledgeable event. So yeah, that's all from us from Group 3. Thank you and have a nice day.